meet me in St. Louis.
Meet me. Me.
Me. Me.
Me. Me.
Me. Me. Meet me in St. Louis.
This is what the tournament is all about. The shot. Pass to Leitner. Miracle! The Clippers down! He's smart as the hell. Syracuse is national champion.
That road to St. Louis makes the third of 4 weekend stops this afternoon in Syracuse, New York. A regional final, and believe it or not, the first time these two teams have ever met. The 6th seed Wisconsin Badgers against North Carolina. The winner of this one will join Illinois and Louisville in St. Louis. Michigan State and Kentucky play later today for the final spot. Good afternoon, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Bill Raftery. The last time either of these teams was in the Final Four, they both were. That was in the year 2000 in Indianapolis. And Bill, centers of attention tonight.
Well, the heartland of America has decided elections. It may very well decide who goes to St. Louis. The front court forces Mike Wilkerson out of Wisconsin. Terrific ability with his step moves, Vern. He understands how to use the rim. He's extremely strong. He can send it in with the best of them. And, of course, counter that with May Day. And if he gets touches, they'll be awfully tough to beat. He's got unbelievable hands, can finish with the best of them, and has touch. He is superior.
By the time we tip, we expect a crowd in excess of 30,000. Back in a moment.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Hummer, the new Singular, the Hartford Mutual Funds, and by Bud Light.
Just moments away from the tip, North Carolina, Wisconsin. Time to introduce the third member of our commentary crew, Solomon Wilcott. Solly?
Well, guys, it was just 2 years ago when Roy Williams came back to North Carolina with the hopes of helping them win yet another NCAA championship. But he also came back hoping that Carolina would help him to win his first tournament title in 17 years as a head coach. Remember, he's taken 16 different teams into the tournament and ranks second all-time among coaches with tournament wins, but has yet to win it all. Now, Roy Williams did tell us that he believes this is his best team ever, and he has good reason to believe so. They score a lot of points. They use that speed to get up and down the court, and they do lead the nation in scoring offense. Now, that talent and scheme of Roy Williams will be tested today when they go up against Wisconsin and their head coach, Bo Ryan. Bo knows defense because Wisconsin is the Big Ten's #1 ranked defense. He says his philosophy is really about taking North Carolina out of their comfort zone. Wants to slow it down today and hold them well below their season average of 88 points per game. So this is a game of contrasting styles between two coaches who believe they have the perfect formula to get their teams into the Final Four and win that elusive NCAA championship.
All right, Sully, thank you. We'll return to Syracuse. Starting lineups next.
CBS Sports Line. We've got the tournament covered.
Bo Ryan, Roy Williams at center court. Bo Ryan in his 4th season as the head coach at Wisconsin. Let's have the Badgers introduce themselves.
Sharif Chambliss, senior guard, Racine, Wisconsin.
Clayton Hanson, senior guard from Reedsburg, Wisconsin, home of the Beavers. Orlando Tucker, sophomore. Forward, Lockport, Illinois.
Zach Morley, senior, forward, Maryville, Missouri.
Mike Wilkinson, senior, forward, Blue Mounds, Wisconsin.
Roy Williams in the middle of that huddle in his 2nd season at his alma mater. And here are the Tar Heels of North Carolina.
Jackie Manuel, senior, Small forward, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Rashad McCants, Jr., shooting guard, Asheville, North Carolina.
Raymond Felton, Jr., point guard, Atlanta, South Carolina.
Terrell Williams, Senior, power forward, Cleveland, Ohio. Sean May, Jr., forward, Bloomington, Indiana.
Wisconsin-North Carolina game brought to you in HD TV by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition television. The officiating crew this afternoon, John Cowell, Richard Cartmell, and Bruce Hicks. Wisconsin, North Carolina, winner in St. Louis. First time the two teams have ever met, and it is North Carolina.
And Vern Lundquist, Wisconsin goes.
McCants with a dish. May off the glass. First two for North Carolina.
Well, that's a dangerous sign. Those two on top of their game. This is a very good Carolina club.
Swing offensive Bo Ryan. That's Clayton Hansen, number 13. Right side.
They like to screen and dive to the box. Everybody posts up. They get a walk here with the pressure defense. That's one way North Carolina Roy Williams likes to stir it up. Be aggressive defensively.
Clayton Hansen forced into the walk, a 2-0 lead. Now Raymond Felton had a rare 6 turnovers in the game the other night, but he also had 11 rebounds in that game. A 1-point victory over Villanova.
Tough matchup here. They have to double. Chambliss at a disadvantage. May superior with those hands.
Back outside. Here's Felton. Interesting to see the matchups because Bo Ryan said he wasn't going to be sure until this morning.
Close to the game time. And this is a tough shot because of pretty good defense.
Wilkinson with the defense. Sean May gets his second basket.
Good things happen when May touches it. Counter that when Wilkinson touches it. He provides a lift, reverses the ball, or finishes himself.
Zach Morley on the floor as a starter. Had a good run through the Big Ten tournament and the first 3 ACC games. And the basket before the shot for Orlando Tucker.
Manuel gets that foul, but here May's got good footwork and his strength and conditioning, such an important factor for this season. I think he's turned his career around, Vern. High protein, something we avoid regularly.
Off the glass, Tucker.
A little kiss. He can bounce to ecstasy along with Wilkinson. That's an important aspect of their game.
I guess that's one way of getting there. 6'5" sophomore, and here comes Wisconsin with a chance to tie it up. Tucker again, number 42, sophomore out of Lockport, Illinois. Quick first step. Back outside, Chambliss, the senior from Racine. And here's Morley. Mike Wilson. Oh, my goodness. Use it all. Twice around the globe.
Twirl around the barn, right? That's where he learned how to play with his daddy and brother.
Long sessions of force in the basket in the barn. Underneath, off the glass, May with 6.
And a nice little brush screen by McCants to set that up. But May, as you can see, really knows how to move without the basketball as well.
Now here's Tucker.
Nice cut
by Morley. There's Jawad Williams defensively for North Carolina. Tucker off the front rim. Manuel. Now watch them run. Good numbers back, though.
A great balance, something they've worked on. They feel they've done it against Merle. And look at the counter. Kiss! If he's on his game, he is a load. You'll see different people trying to defend Rashad McCants.
4 of 5 to start for North Carolina. Here's Sharif Chambliss. That one looked good all the way.
And too quick, though.
Yeah.
You don't want to stir it up. Look at the run by May. Send it in! The big guy taking it with the Doherty. Wow.
Yep. Bo Ryan noticed the quickness of that last offense.
The first pass to a fast break is a bad shot. And with Wisconsin, it's an early shot, Vern. Running and looming strong. How about that? Mayday!
Sean May off to a torrid start in this game with 4 of 4, 8 points. And he has been on a streak, Bill, recently.
Oh, what confidence. I mean, he's just developed the total package. Points, field goal percent, gets the ball into. He's a great teammate as well. Free throw percentage. What more do you want? 11 double-doubles. That would cover our week.
And he had a game for the ages the last regular season game against Duke. 26 points and 24 rebounds in that one. A 2-point North Carolina win.
And all attributable to hard work in the summer. Got himself ready mentally and physically.
Here's Wilkinson. Double from Felton. Wilkinson, nice job off the glass.
That's the strength. He stepped through the double.
Cuts the margin to 3. And Marvin Williams is off the bench now. Sean May will get a rest. Marvin Williams, fabulous freshman out of Bremerton, Washington. Averaging 21 points per game, and he had a game in the NCAAs with 20 and 15, and just like that,
Noel on cue with the entry pass, and mostly Marvin. What a performer.
David Noel also on the floor now for North Carolina. They have hit 6 of their first 7. Cameron Taylor's on out of the timeout, number 23 for Wisconsin. Nice job by Orlando Tucker.
And a great entry pass from the top by Morley. You can see over people. Very unselfish performer.
Felton, pull-up jumper. Got it.
I'll tell you, the one concern I would have if I'm Bo Ryan, the fluid, let me get that one out. Play, the quick pace. That's not their style. I got to get control of this game.
Well, there is a fluidity to this.
How about this one, huh?
There's a steal, Manuel. Taylor, he goes left hand, puts it up.
Great adjustment in the open floor. Superior defender, though. They get over the top on the wings. Deflect the basketball. They'll face guard on the wings. Very tough to start an entry.
Here's Cameron Taylor, number 23. Has been the first man off the bench lately.
And you're forced to dribble entry frequently. It makes it tough.
Now Morley, closely guarded by Noel, who is on the floor with Jackie Manuel, so you've got a couple of real defensive stalwarts out there. And there's Tucker again.
I tell you, he and Wilkinson really understand the court awareness they possess, what type of shot to finish with.
Orlando Tucker had to sit almost all of last year out with a foot problem. Played in only 4 games, asked for and was given a medical rupture, so he is in his sophomore season. Hell ball, possession arrow, North Carolina, time called, Tar Heels by 5. Sean May, the 6'9" junior from Bloomington, Indiana. Terrific start, Bill.
Well, he's not jolly lagging, which is something that he said they were doing in the ACC tournament. He's performing at a high level. A little kiss, a little field shot, the turnaround, and the strength to attack the tin. What a terrific start for the big fella.
Father Scott, of course, a wonderful player for the last undefeated team in NCAA basketball, the 76 national champions at Indiana. Scott here in the building, but is asked, because he is so nervous and paces up and down, he's requested that we not show his nervousness, which we'll honor.
Nice cut by Wilkinson, and to finish the thought, nice rebound by Tucker. I think also he wants to let his son have his due as well.
Here's Tucker.
Pretty rebound.
Wilkinson. Foul call. Let's see if they got Felton with this.
And they're doing a nice job getting the ball in tight, which is very important. You know, one of the difficulties when you play Wisconsin, all of the people on the floor post up. And guards are not comfortable posting in the defensive stance down there, and they take advantage of it frequently.
Second team foul, non-shooting foul. Clayton Hansen is out. Sharif Chambliss is back in. And here's Chambliss with the ball. Cameron Taylor, number 23. Guarded by Felton.
Nice slip by Wilkinson. Fakes the pick and roll.
Little pump fake. Uses the glass. It's short. May with a rebound.
Nice solid check out.
Now, Wisconsin, pretty good job of getting back.
Great balance, but look what talent does, huh? A little hook by Rashad. Nice little smooch on the delivery.
North Carolina is 9 of 10. That's tough to maintain pace.
Felton was the only one with a jump shot. Everything else was around the rim.
Now Chambliss, senior from Racine, Morley. And there is Melvin Scott, who's on the floor, falling out of bounds.
He was trying to
be Wisconsin ball.
He was trying to get the timeout. Didn't get it.
NCAA March Madness on Demand gives you total access to the men's tournament. Replay all games in the video archive, get live team press conferences, game highlights, and more. It's only at ncaasports.com or cstv.com.
And Vern only 10 on the shot clock.
Tucker from 18 feet. How about that?
Ooh. Wow, I like the physicality. Tuck the uniform in. Orlando's in the neighborhood. How about this? Now, this is just an aggressive rebound. There is maybe a little bit of a discard. Official has to call it, but I love the energy, huh? They can get some offensive rebounds. They can hang tough.
You love the energy, so did Bo Ryan, but he does disagree with the call.
He wanted it the other way, and
it was a foul on Tucker.
And right now, Zach Morley with the little bang of Williams. I still don't know how Zach gets shots off with that hairdo. It's tough to see through it. When you go to cost cutters to save a few bucks.
Yeah, it's a little closely shorn, more closely than last year.
Well, we'll check it out when he gets on the foul line.
The size of the mop is
look at this
diminished. Off the glass.
What a great turnaround. Now, that's 15 feet. And one of the notes I have from watching tape is get him off the block. Now he's developed that deeper shot.
Sean May, 5 of 5.
Look at this aggressive denial.
Largest lead of the game is 9. We played just over 7 minutes. Here's Tucker again. McCants has him. The help comes from Felton.
Look
underneath.
At
nice find.
Everybody turned their heads, stuck a peek. May and Williams did not get in the denial stance. He can make that 3 in the early.
Jawad Williams. Rebound in the hands of Cameron Taylor, number 23. Taylor, a sophomore out of Minneapolis. Now right side, Sharif Chambliss for 2. No, it's 3. Make it 3.
Does that help the big guys? They pounded it inside. They get some energy from deep.
And Chambliss cuts it to a 4-point game. Jawad Williams. Jumper in and through.
Nice job. He took the 3 earlier, which he can make in the early offense. Used that bounce.
Williams goes for the steal. Morley kicks it in the corner for Chambliss. Can't make it 2 in a row. Williams rebound. Offense.
Oh, what a great play and a read. I'm not so sure I agree with it, but I love the defense. Chambliss. Usually a kid will walk when you set it up that early.
Sharif Chambliss. Here's Wilkinson on the find. It's 22-16. Tar Heels by 6. Look at the shooting percentage, 11 of 13, and most of them in close.
Getting the ball in the right spot and then counter it. I just love the way they handle this double now. Just everybody in the right spot. Now look at how they zone up in the back, but they lose vision, and a great read by the big guy. Now here comes this little May jumps up. Wilkinson with a great understanding of where to go. They pass beautifully out of doubles. You almost have to play them straight up.
For Wisconsin, Ray Nixon, a defensive specialist, is on the floor, number 4. Here's Wilkinson, top of the key, and puts it in the hands of Cameron Taylor. Taylor and Chambliss are the guards. Chambliss with a dish. Nixon got it.
How about that penetration? Great feel. Sharif making the deal. Nobody at home on that baseline to stop him.
4-point margin. Here's the jumper from McCants. Beautiful.
What range he has, Vern. We were getting ready for a rope in, folks, and he was out by our seats getting loose. 32 feet with fluidity.
McCants was 7 in the early going. Wilkinson just a bit short with that shot. May with the rebound. Raymond Felton now has 2 fouls on the floor. McCants crossover. Ouch.
Wow. Pick up the lingerie, folks.
Hard to avoid embarrassment in a circumstance like that, isn't it?
Get the janitor around. Clean up the debris. I mean, that is just beautiful. Almost gets the little kiss to go as well. Well, this, we mentioned the other night, Pearl Washington used to have a pretty good crossover in this building. He's a wow guy, and when McCants is playing his game, he certainly gives you the oohs and ahs.
Zach Morley back on the floor after McCants misses the first. And Mike Wilkinson, the senior from Blue Mounds, Wisconsin, is going to get a rest. Margin back at 8, 11:02 to go. First half of play, first meeting ever, Wisconsin and the University of North Carolina.
And for the first time, they go a little zone here. They got the 2-3 look. Let's see if it's the 1-3-1. I think it's just their basic 2-3.
Cameron Taylor. Morley comes out to help.
And this is where Wilkinson's important. They're going to have to get him back in. He's a wonderful passer from the low or medium post. Morley is not bad either.
Morley finds Nixon off the dribble.
You know what this does? Lets Wisconsin be patient, Vern. This is good for them.
Shot clock now at 4. Tucker is fouled as he goes up.
McCants, I think, got a hand in there. The big fella Lumen got a good piece of it. And if they stay 2-3, why not get Hansen in as well? I just look over. Bo's got Clayton up. Outstanding deep shooter.
And that's going to send the 6'5" Orlando Tucker to the line. You were teasing him yesterday before his career is done, finished, complete. He's going to wind up playing all 5 positions.
And well.
Near the end of today's game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team. To honor their determination and outstanding play, Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund. Chevy, an American revolution.
We all know how classy Roy Williams is. Quentin Thomas in the game. Remember the other night, only a couple of, less than a minute, made a mistake as a young guy will, but this is going to give him a relaxed atmosphere. It's not the end of the game when a Felton or somebody else has some foul problems.
There's McCants off the mark.
Nice read.
Oh, how about May with the soft hands?
I mean, he's unbelievable. Anything that sticks, anything on his hand, he just controls. The softness of his ability is incredible. Look at this now. And, of course, Solomon Wilcox wants him to be a tight end. Leave him in this sport, Solomon. You've got to be tough to play this game.
Here's Orlando Tucker. He'll take the jumper. Morley, no rebound. It's Marvin Williams back on the floor, number 24.
Well, he can get him, too.
And he can hit it from outside. Doesn't there, but there's May with the miss and missed the follow. A hell ball, no foul is called.
He does create space.
We were chatting with Sean May yesterday about becoming a tight end. He said, well, I played football as a freshman. And he said, I broke my toe. I walked over to the sidelines. I took my helmet off. I took my jersey off. I took my shoulder pads off and said, basketball is in my future.
I knew he was an intelligent guy. Oh, how he controls under there. Unfortunately for him, wasn't able to convert, but just solid play in the offensive glass. Back screen for May. Now he locks low. Look at Wilkinson stand him up, though.
Wilkinson back on the floor. And May.
Tough shot. And a good job by Wilkinson.
Good job. Yes, it was.
Emmanuel gets the extra effort.
Here's Quentin Thomas, number 11. Bill mentioning he was on the floor for 15 seconds the other night. Called for a charge, and he got the hook. Yeah. But he's back out there now.
And that's great to see. Ray Nixon there. Wisconsin plays great post defense. Nixon not as strong as Morley or Wilkinson, can be sealed off, and they can duck in on him.
And a whistle before they got a wet spot, so they'll clean that up. 26-19, 9:26 to go. Wisconsin with a thrilling 1-point victory over Villanova. Wisconsin, rather, with a 9-point deficit, came back and defeated North Carolina State. North Carolina with the Villanova win.
Trying to post McCants up there. Michael Flowers, who did not play the other night. Look at that little push-off. Got away with it. Look at the little guy. What's his nickname, Vern? Flowers.
You looked it up. You get to say it.
I love it. Tulip. He doesn't play like a tulip, I'll tell you that.
Oh, goodness. There's McCants out on Clayton Hansen, who's back on the floor. Chambliss, a little short. May with another rebound.
And one of those in a hurries you can't be, and that's not their style.
4 rebounds for Sean May. Quentin Thomas. May.
What more do you want, Vern?
He's pretty complete.
It's almost like it's a rehearsal for everybody. I want to show you everything I can do on the basketball floor. How can he dominate?
6 of 8, 12 points. Hit his first 5. And the 2 misses were from very close range. Here's Wilkinson, and May out with it. Kick in the corner. Jumper.
Nice hustle by Nixon. Oh, he got pushed.
Call time as he was going out of bounds.
They give it to him? Okay.
Yes, they did. Little nudge here, Bill.
Well, yeah, they're doing a pretty good job on the offensive glass, but this will get your momentum going. We could use that in the morning ourselves. A little shove. No, they don't give it to him, Vern. They say he went out of bounds.
I beg your pardon.
He must not have had control of it.
Thought they did. Here's May.
Everybody stays at home, and good job by Wilkinson.
No flop.
I'm not a flop man.
No.
Vladdy was not in the house, but May is strong. I mean, just his big body can cause a problem, but the little add-on, and you know, that right shoulder, it's tough. I mean, you've got to get the referee's attention, and Wilkinson certainly did.
28-19, 8:05 to go. Mike Wilkinson, the 23-year-old graduate student. And I think before he takes over the dairy farm, I think he's got a little...
He'll have enough money
play for pay in his future.
He'll have utter decisions to make.
Oh, my goodness. You've been saving that one on me for a long time. Oh, you should be ashamed. 28-19, 7:44 to go.
He'll be able to hire some people. No question about it.
Here's Jawad Williams. Looks for May.
Oh, that's a good gamble.
Yeah.
You pay for that. Oh, that's like opening the barn door with a gamble like that against a talented performer. The drop step and strong finish by May.
Largest lead in the ball game. Double digits now.
60 degrees in Atlanta right now. Severe weather is moving through the metro area. Just a moment to let you know who's looking at that severe weather. Our storm tracker is indicating showers as they continue to move off to the north and east up Highway 85. Right now, Forsyth County is still under a severe thunderstorm warning for about the next 5 or 10 minutes. That same line of showers and storms is extending into Hall County as well. So Hall and Dawson County moving right up the highway there until 3:30. Last but not least, there is still one more severe thunderstorm warning, and that is for back off to the north and west, Dawson County, and that is till 3:30 as well. These showers and storms have peaked a quarter-size hail, very gusty winds, and damaging lightning. We're all under a tornado watch until 6 o'clock tonight. We'll keep you up to date with the latest weather information.
We welcome you back to Syracuse, where one of our officials has a reason to be very, very proud. As a father, Bruce Hicks, 2 sons have served in Iraq. His son Marcus was there for 16 months. His son Keith in Japan now, having served for 6 months. Both apparently safely back, or will be back in the States.
Yeah, I had a UCLA game for CBS, and he told me the one boy was back, and just this is easy for him, right?
Yeah.
He got his young men back home. He wanted me to say hello to Booker Turner, one of our NCAA officials over the years who's recovering. Good pal of his as well.
Bruce Hicks, Richard Cartnell, and John Cowell are the 3 officials today.
And they got the curl in the box, and Tucker's the guy, and the big fella, Marvin Williams, trying to wrap his arms around.
Now they've changed it and given it to Raymond Felton.
Oh, did they?
And Roy Williams is up and hollering.
He knows he can't afford Felton. I think they just gave the wrong number.
Well, it was announced on the public address system that it was Raymond Felton because the official was close to Felton. Now they've said, no, that's not true.
And
here's Hansen.
He's getting open looks. I mean, this is his game. You've got to play him straight up. A marvelous stroke. Scholarship at the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Decided he wanted to go to Wisconsin without aid. And speaking of Felton, mark it down. Deep range. They're keeping him out of the lane, which is a great form of defense, but he's worked on that outside game.
A counter trade. We mentioned that Felton had picked up 5 fouls the other night. So just to reconfirm, that was not a 3rd foul on Felton. Just a mistake by the public address announcer that got everybody's attention.
I've not seen Roy move that quickly since we got a check together.
Orlando Tucker, double from David Noel. Here's Hansen for 3.
A little deep and a good ball fake, though. And
there's Tucker again. Oh, he is something very special.
He really understands the game. He's great to slither between defenders. He's aggressive, and they say he's a fanatic in the weight room, Vern.
9 points for Orlando Tucker.
And Williams trying to post him. Look at the footwork of Orlando Tucker.
Now Felton on the floor with Noel. Melvin Scott. Nice touch pass underneath. Tucker with the foul, his second.
Scott comes in the game, makes a great look, but a guy who's improved his shooting each year. That's a lot of effort. Now a knockdown guy, and the improved play of Tucker. There's so many things he can do. Good read. He knows the jump shot is short. Gets between defenders and the physicality to pry it loose and get the curler.
Sharif Chambliss coming on the floor now, and he'll replace Michael Flowers for the Badgers. Wisconsin with a 25-8 record in 3 of their losses to a team from Illinois.
And they've beaten up a lot of people other than Ohio State.
One of their losses to a team from Michigan, and it's not the University of, it'd be Michigan State.
Nice. By Scott's made 2 great passes since he's on the floor. They got the 2-point guard mentality, finding people. They go back 2-3 zone, Vern.
35-27. 4.5 to go in the first half of play. Hansen finds Wilkinson.
This is where he's good, distributing the ball from that elbow.
Cameron Taylor back to Nixon.
And they're going to give Hansen an open look. That's
there
the gamble.
Yep.
He will be shooting that when he's 50 in a tavern league, and maybe we'll be announcing. But he loves that open look.
Here's Scott. Yes, every time Wisconsin finds a 3, North Carolina has an answer.
They run some things for him, too. He gets a stagger screen. He works to get free.
Back to Hansen. Nice touch underneath. Nixon, not. And the rebound, David Noel of North Carolina. 38-30, 3:41 to go.
And Roy's gone power. Look at this kid hold off. That's the second time. It takes you a roll of quarters to get around him. I mean, he's a big toll road with that wide expanse, and then begs for the ball, and they're knocking it into him.
Sean May with 16 first half points. Sharif Chambliss. Here's Cameron Taylor for 3.
Taylor made. I tell you, they are enjoying playing against this zone. And they get the foul inside Nixon. A little nickel dimer as he and Marvin Williams ragtag.
That is the 17th foul. That's going to be the first free throw opportunity for Marvin Williams. But that will take place when we come back.
Vern Chaumet told us it was like boot camp after the Georgia Tech loss. It was like that after Santa Clara out in Maui. But look at the big fella. Just bring it to me, coach. Getting down early, settling and begging. The strength to ward off legally and then the completion. They've gotten 2 of those to him. Boy, is he impressive early.
And now he shares the floor with the fabulous freshman out of Bremerton, Washington, Marvin Williams. Began his recruiting process when Roy Williams saw him as a sophomore. Wound up choosing North Carolina when Williams came to his alma mater. Coming up on Singular at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis will preview the Austin bracket final, Michigan State and Kentucky. They'll also speak live with Louisville's Rick Pitino and Taekwon Dean, plus another Singular Naismith update. That's all coming up on Singular at the half.
How about Rick saying he's been in a lot of comebacks? How gratifying was that one for him?
Now, I think you can make a pretty good case, Bill, that yesterday's back-to-back games are the 2 most dramatic tournament games we've ever had.
Just incredible. They can't turn it over, but look at the balance. They got 4 shirts back.
And Greg Steensma, number 34, getting a rare opportunity to play. He's a seldom used postman. He's on the floor right now, but another 2 from McCants. He gets him 10.
And the one thing, Vern, I think with Wisconsin, you've got to use the dribble to loosen. Look at that roadblock at half court. You got to beat him with the bounce. Wilkinson is some solid. Look at that push-off. Got away with it.
And there's Steensma.
And look at the pass by Wilkinson.
Yes.
Just a nice feel, interior look. Side pick and roll.
Jumper McCants. Rebound Cameron Taylor. Wisconsin down by 9. Steensman, number 34, the 6'11 freshman.
How about that?
He moves, and how about the go-by?
The blow-by Cameron Taylor. They don't kick back.
McCants, rebound Chambliss, and Wisconsin will walk it up.
He's got a shoe problem.
Yes, he does.
Blow it higher. Bo Ryan's guys really understand how to come back, how to hang tough. He didn't recognize his team the other night. They turned the ball over. he got him coordinated at halftime.
Well, in that North Carolina State game, you said at the half you've never seen a stat like that for Bo Ryan's team. At that point, they had 11 turnovers and 0 assists.
And yesterday when we had a chance to chat, he said he had never seen a game like. He said it may have happened, but he's never heard of it. And they usually are unselfish and guard the basketball. Don't punish themselves.
So down by 9 to North Carolina State. They trail by 7 in this one.
Not a good shot here for them, but they get a 3 on the jumper. And Roy not real happy with that one. You want to challenge, close out, but go up straight. So he has been very relaxed, I think.
Yes.
He loves how these kids have turned around, how they pay attention to detail. He's got his group there. Joe Holliday, longtime assistant at Kansas. Steve Robinson, C.B. McGrath. A good, solid group that are very talented. Nice mix of classes, too, Vern.
There's Joe Holliday.
Oklahoma guy that made his name in Kansas. His son was a serviceman as well, and is now living in Italy.
Taylor cans 2. 6 unanswered for Wisconsin. They're within 5. 90 seconds before the break. McCants goes left. Help comes from Taylor.
Look at the help. Wilkinson right on top, helps his partner out. Then they acknowledge one another. That is great defense. They keep possession.
Now David Noel will give McCants a rest.
You always want to be attentive to detail. Here you've got your players stepping out. Go in and rake. See if you can assist and stop a play. Heads up.
1:20 to go to before the break.
Look at this play by Wilkinson again. He took the long cut behind the screen and still arrived ahead of the pass.
Scott has Taylor. Taylor.
Bad shot. They get away with it. Wow. Cameron, relax.
3-point game. Taylor with 9 off the bench.
This is where to go when you need one.
Don't get it. Wilkinson on the tap from Cameron Taylor.
I thought Sean settled that trip, Sean May. You know what I mean? Went right to the jump shot. I thought he should have broken his guy down.
Final 40 seconds first half. Wisconsin has climbed back in this one. 19 on the shot clock.
Well, you're thinking stop and score if you're Carolina, and a good one if you're Wisconsin.
Wilkinson. Here's Chambliss. We're tied.
Wilkinson is doing it all. My goodness, on the sideline. Gary Close pumping his fists. Carolina with the timeout. They are alive. Well, Vern, if you're going to work on a farm, you got to do a lot of chores. For this team, he does everything. Mike Wilkinson with a kick-out pass after solid defensive stands at the other end, and there is joy in Madison and right here in Syracuse as well.
And the Blue Mounds of Wisconsin are about 25 minutes to the west of Madison. 11-0 run in the last 240. Wilkinson, his mother and dad, Kendall and Peg, Gary Farmers. His father played at the University of Wisconsin-Richland Center as a 6-foot guard.
Wow. Quick shot.
Yes. And loose ball. Noel at the buzzer. Not good. The Badgers, 11 unanswered. That's the end of the first half. We're tied at 44. We'll send you to Greg Gumbel in New York after these messages and a word from your local station.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Autotrader.com. Fidelity Investments. Mazda. And by Gatorade. CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, raising the bar.
Welcome back to our New York studios and Singular at the Half. I'm Greg Gumbel, along with Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. After 20 minutes of play in Syracuse, Wisconsin and North Carolina are tied at 44. And as you look at the numbers and see how outstanding Wisconsin has been from behind the arc, the most dangerous thing in North Carolina is Wisconsin is now convinced they can play with the Tar Heels.
Anytime you can shoot the three-point shot, a lead is never safe. And clearly Wisconsin, that's one of the strengths of their game. But early on, it was North Carolina doing what they like to do, Greg. Rebounding the ball cleanly on the defensive board and pushing it up the floor in transition. That's Sean May finishing at the basket. And Carolina had the pace they wanted. Good overplaying defense here. A nice steal. Jackie Manuel able to get all the way to the rim. So early on, Carolina able to build a comfortable lead. Good defense leads to a strong rebound, and they head the other way.
Well, I think one thing we also learned in this first half, which we've already known, is that North Carolina without Raymond Felton is not nearly as dangerous. Wisconsin made that run with Felton on the bench in foul trouble. But Wisconsin did a game holding this game close early, and Alondo Tucker certainly had a lot to do with that. Their leading scorer, even though he's only 6'5", he does most of his damage inside. Look at him seal off Jackie Manuel, who's North Carolina's best defensive player, and he also gives Wisconsin a lot of their tenacity and athleticism. Only one rebound in the first half, but it was a pretty good one. Look at him go for the ball, and that really helped Wisconsin keep this game close. It could have gotten away from them once Felton went out. They made their run with the three-point shot.
All right, guys, 44-44 at halftime. Coming up next in today's second regional final in Austin, Texas, Michigan State takes on Kentucky. Jim Nance and Billy Packer have a report.
The Kentucky Wildcats and Michigan State Spartans. Indeed, the Final Four is on the line here in Austin, Texas, as Michigan State knocked out the #1 seed Duke on Friday night, while Kentucky eliminated Utah right here in Austin, Texas. Deep in the heart of Texas in Longhorn country. We're getting all set now for the regional final. The Spartans and the Wildcats meeting for the 4th time ever in a regional final. Most recently back in 1999, they met in this very spot. Jim Nance along with Billy Packer. Should be another wonderful regional final here. Billy, tell us what you're looking for here in this game today.
Well, the man that's become Mr. Double-Double coming down the stretch here, Paul Davis, he was tremendous. 20 points, 12 rebounds, but more importantly, he's the guy that got Sheldon Williams into foul trouble. And look at the attention he drew as the game went on. 5 Duke players looking inside opens up things on the outside for Michigan State.
You know what's astonishing about Kentucky is all the depth, plus this outside-inside game that you've illustrated.
Azubuike and Hayes in a great play here, well designed. Screen, Hayes rolls into the low post. Azubuike on a curl to the top. Gives 2 options to 2 outstanding players. Hayes takes advantage on this particular play with a great low post move. 2 men that are tough to stop.
One of them will make a season today. Kentucky trying to get back to the Final Four for the first time since 1998. And Michigan State, it would be the 4th trip to the promised land under Tom Izzo. It's coming up later. Back to you, Greg.
All right, Jim, thank you. As we look ahead to Kentucky and Michigan State, let's talk about what each of these teams wants to accomplish.
Well, Michigan State would like to try to play the transition game and get easy scores. I think that's going to be one of the keys to the game, Greg. Who can get easy scores? Both of these teams are terrific at the defensive end. They have sufficient depth up front and on the perimeter. Where can you get easy baskets, putbacks, points off turnovers? That kind of thing is going to dictate the outcome.
Well, Kentucky has been consistently out-rebounded, especially in the second half of the season. That should be a big advantage for Michigan State. And also, Kentucky butters their bread with defense. If Drew Neitzel, the point guard, and Michigan State in general can take care of the basketball, I think they'll win, because Kentucky is not capable of scoring a lot of points.
All right, guys, Michigan State, Kentucky still to come today. We remind you, next Saturday at 3:30 Eastern Time, Seth Clark and I will be live on site in St. Louis to bring you the Final Four show. Then at 6 Eastern, the national semifinals. The winners of today's regional finals in Syracuse and Austin will square off in one game. Illinois and Louisville will meet in the other. And joining us now live from Louisville, Cardinals head coach Rick Pitino and his junior guard Taekwon Dean. Gentlemen, congratulations to you on a great game yesterday. Rick, we heard what you said immediately after the game. We heard what you said in your news conference, but since you've had a night to sleep on it now, what is your perspective now on what happened yesterday in your game?
Well, in watching the tape, it was interesting because I thought obviously they made some very difficult shots. They were just an unbelievable shooting team, but they made 4 or 5 threes that were just not something I could fathom. Way out of the normal range, banking it from the side, falling out of bounds. 4 of the shots were against our man, 6 were against our zone, and to only be down 13 with a team making 10 threes, we felt we were still in the ball game.
Taekwon, you've had some physical issues throughout your career. Yesterday's game, you came in with the sprained foot, seemed to be cramping up a little bit. How tough was yesterday's game on you physically, and then what got you through it?
It was very tough, fighting altitude with an ankle sprain. It was very tough, but my heart got me through it, and seeing the face of Francisco and the guys and how hard we worked, we didn't want it to stop in right there.
Taekwon, look ahead for me. You're going to face a pretty good trio of guards in Illinois: Darren Williams, D. Brown, Luther Head. What are your feelings on that matchup, and what do you all need to do on the offensive end to be able to handle what they can do defensively?
We've been facing matchups like that all year, but this is a tougher one. But we welcome any challenge that lies ahead. But we probably go zone and things like that. But if it's a tough challenge, we're ready to step up and challenge it too.
Well, Rick, let me ask you about Illinois, and I'm feeling pretty generous today, so I'm going to give you one thing that Illinois does well, and you can take it away. What's that one thing going to be?
Well, I don't think it's just one thing. They dribble, penetrate, they shoot. They're a great passing team. I've watched them quite a few times just as a fan. I think they're an excellent ball club, certainly. We have our work cut out for us, but as Taekwon said a little earlier, we've had our work cut out for us the whole season. We're up for the task. We know we're playing a great team. And what we did yesterday was truly astonishing. Then to turn the television set on before we take off and see what Illinois accomplished down 15 with 4 to go is truly amazing.
Rick, in yesterday's game, what was your initial game plan defensively, and how much did you have to modify that based on how well West Virginia was able to make shots in that first half?
Well, we're a pretty banged-up team, but sometimes teams get on a run, and they're not necessarily good shots. They're shots that are banking in from the three-point line. They're about 10, 15 feet past the arc. But teams get on a run like that, and it's very difficult to stop. So we had to change, not only alter our game plan, at halftime we had to scrap our game plan. We had to go back to full-court pressure, play all man-to-man. And with that altitude and a very thin bench and being in foul trouble, that was a truly amazing thing. Francisco not playing the last 9 minutes. This young man here, and I was thinking back as I was driving home last night, he called me on the phone in high school and said, Coach, I want to come to Louisville. We never seen the campus. We never saw the campus, never visited. Without him, we're not in the Final Four today. He's an amazing young man.
Hey, Rick, there's one other thing that, there's an awful lot of talk this morning. People are saying, well, obviously now Louisville is not really a 4 seed, but there must be some advantage to going into the tournament without that big bullseye on your back.
Well, I don't want to get too much into the seeding because we've joked a lot about it, certainly. We just had a tougher road. Our road to the Final Four was a very difficult one, starting with Louisiana Lafayette, who we thought was a senior team, and we thought they played awesome. And then, obviously, you got to play Georgia Tech, the national runner-ups. Then you play Washington, one of the hottest teams in the country, the #1 seed. And then you follow it up yesterday with a terrific West Virginia team. So our road to the Final Four wasn't easy. But with young men like this, Ellis Miles, Larry O'Bannon, Francisco, and name a few, it's just been an unbelievable ride.
Coach Rick Pitino, Taekwon D, congratulations to you. We will see you in St. Louis next week. Thanks for being with us.
Great, guys.
And we thank you for joining us here on Singular at the Half. Back to Vernon, Bill in Syracuse for the second half of Wisconsin and North Carolina after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, raising the bar.
Halftime tied at 44. We'll return to Syracuse after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship. The madness of March comes accompanied by certain sounds. Here are some of them. Mayday, mayday! Vern Lundquist for Old Glory. Ouch!
Pick up the lingerie to run by Mace.
Send it in! Here's Chambliss. We're tied!
Wilkinson is doing it all. My goodness.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by TIAA Cref, Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar, Lexus, and by Comfort Inn.
We welcome you back to Syracuse. Let's take a look at the halftime stats brought to you by Porsche. Field goal percentage, outstanding, but the three-point shooting, really something. It's interesting, Bill, the other night, this Wisconsin team was down by 9 at the break to North Carolina State. They had 0 three-pointers.
What happened? I think they concentrate a little bit, getting inside out. They do a dance for it, a little cha-cha-cha when the ball goes inside, across to the other side of the line, and you name them, Taylor, Chambliss, Hansen, Nylon.
And in that same game here on Friday night, they had 11 turnovers and 0 assists at the break. And in this one, 5 turnovers, 11 assists.
I guess they paid attention to the tape work, huh? Right now, I think Carolina's got to get back to. They started the game with Sean May, giving them the touches, great decisions, and then all of a sudden, maybe some jump shots crept in and some offensive fouls in the low box area.
Tied at 44. Chambliss, who tied it up with a three-pointer just before the break on the floor with Wilkinson. Wisconsin's only lead in this game came at 5-4. Zach Morley.
Not good with the basketball that trip. Remember the one thing that Bo told us, though? He made films of his swing offense. And he used all that money to pay for his children's college education.
That's right.
He said after the other night's first half, he thought he'd have to send the money back to those people who bought one.
There's McCants looking for May, muscled by Wilkinson. In and out. Rebound taken down by Morley.
Well, that's what Roy wants, and that's the way to go. Pound it into the big fella. Very productive.
Wilkinson comes out to get the ball. Brings May with him.
And there's that little duck in, and then the pop to the ball by Tucker. That's great basketball. The screen, Hansen goes baseline, cut back to the ball. That is just outstanding interior play, and Bo Ryan's been doing it all through his career.
Jackie Manuel with the foul.
Right here, you got that little baseline cut, and then the dip to the ball. Just great basketball. Use that left little kiss by Orlando.
Old-fashioned three-point play. First lead since it was 5-4, and off of the highest total number of points Wisconsin has posted in the first half, they get the first 3 in the second stanza.
Wilkinson continues to play great post defense. They got to get McCants on track too. Let May get it. McCants keep active, and they've kept Felton out of the lane. He's been forced to do this. If it doesn't go, they're in trouble.
There's Morley trying to box out. Manuel over the back, but he touched it last. 47-44. This is a North Carolina team trying to get back to the Final Four for the first time since 2000, but they have not lost in the Final Four, the regional final, their last 6 trips.
A long way to go with this nice rag by Williams. A little better by Morley at the handle. See how they space you now? If the ball goes inside, they back across the three-point line. And that's why they have good balance, Vern.
Here's Hansen. He had 3 three-pointers.
See the 3, now 4 guys on the perimeter.
And here's Morley, shot clock at 3. Tucker puts it up and it's blocked by Jackie Manuel at the other end. Shot clock violation.
And it's sad for Carolina, but that was the right call. It was still up in the air. If it was in May's hands, and you need the easy basket, it's frustrating, tantalizing as you check out the clock on the block, on the shot clock, and before May gets it, you can see the violation. Good job by our guys, Mark Wolf, Suzanne Smith and company on the truck.
Right side, Jawad Williams. Here's May, who had that hot start in the first half. Williams in and out. Another rebound. Jawad Williams bothered by a groin problem and a hip flexor, and he's not been effective.
No, he's got a good stroke, but also you notice the red shirts on checkouts. They don't give you the second opportunity.
Tucker in the low post. Goes to the line again.
Now, when you prepare for Wisconsin, it's so hard because they enter the basketball beautifully and they're patient. And if it goes to the block, Vern, you've got to come out such a distance to cover the three-point shooter. It's a major dilemma.
Jackie Manuel picks up his 3rd foul. Orlando Tucker is back at the line. CBS Sports Line puts you on the court for this year's men's NCAA tournament. Get up-to-the-minute scoring and streaming video highlights for each regional final game at cbssportsline.com. Marvin Williams back on the floor now for North Carolina, facing a 5-point deficit. And the Carolina blue-clad crowd gets up.
A nice look.
Underneath, May and a free throw.
You know, it's just amazing.
Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Laura Huckabee. Temperatures outside are in the 50s, and we're talking about severe weather in the metro area. We take you to the storm tracker right now. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Bartow and also Paulding County. That's right in the northwest corner of the metro area until 4:30 this afternoon. Right around Ackworth, that seems to be the biggest problem. Hail, definitely a problem this afternoon. Some very gusty winds. All of these showers and storms kicking out of Ackworth. You can see the cell right there between Ackworth and Cartersville, moving to the north at about 50 miles an hour. The National Weather Service has also issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Cherokee and northwestern Cobb. It's all in association with this storm system right here. All of this is until 4:30. We'll keep you up to date with the latest weather information.
Job of boxing out by Jackie Manuel. Kept Wilkinson from the rebound. Here's Marvin Williams.
And look at the hands. Oh, my goodness. Seizes the deal.
Sean May, McCants, reverse layup.
I'm looking over to see if Post going to make any change. I think he's got the time. Yep. And he can't let it go.
8 in a row for North Carolina.
Well, welcome to Syracuse, Rashad McCants. It's Scott May with the opportunity basket and a great maneuver at the 10.
In that huddle, Sean May, who's contributed 19 points, 7 rebounds. We still have 16:41 to play.
Well, you know who reminds me of him? Jimmy Brown played at Archibald Stadium. Size, strength, touch, power, a little kiss to boot. Just amazing what he's been able to do for this team. Get himself free because of the wide body. He begs, and right now stirring it up with the change in D. Roy Williams is not sitting back. Needs some energy.
16:35 to go. 8 points in 1 minute. Here's Wilkinson from the baseline. And May with his 8th rebound of the ball game.
This is just mark down double-double. You don't have to keep
That's
count
right.
anymore.
That's right. McCants. Marvin Williams calls for it. Wilkinson was fronting him. Now, Marvin Williams fights hard, but a good job defensively by Mike Wilkinson. Held ball and possession arrow.
Interesting. Bo Ryan has Morley on May. Now let's see if they switch back. Yeah, they do. They on the switch, he was playing Williams.
Felton will inbound for North Carolina. Marvin Williams, May, McCants, Manuel, and Felton.
Nice job by Hansen on that little button hook. Here's the screen down. America's play. Everybody seems to run it. Screen to screener.
Front rim for McCants. Rebound Morley.
Some real good looks for Carolina this half, though. And they need patience. Run the swing. Take the zip out of the Tar Heels.
Tucker. Oh, what a quick move. A little too strong with the shot.
I'll tell you, I think he was shocked he was free.
I think you're right, Bill. 15:38 to go. A spot in St. Louis on the line.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Nivea for Men, Capital One, Miller, and by Pontiac.
Big Ten having a terrific NCAA tournament, 10-2 now. Illinois, of course, already in the Final Four. Wisconsin playing here. Michigan State, Kentucky will meet in the second game down in Austin.
And Jim Delaney's got to feel great and a smile on his face. So every December they have the ACC Big Ten Series, and the ACC wins handily. And it sets the tone for the public's opinion. These teams get better, just as we see here. What do they do out of the timeout? Go to the big fella. Get him involved. Tough to handle.
Sean May, and that increases the lead 54-49. Here's a steal by Marvin Williams. Morley's back, and Wilkinson comes from behind.
What a pass.
The dish to May, and a basket and a foul.
That's a rookie making that pass. The steal at half court. Oh, was the ferry ride worth it to go from Edmonton, Washington to Chapel Hill. I just love the pass at the end of this. And how about May's foot speed too, Vern? It's overlooked, the conditioning aspect of Sean May.
Manuel is out. David Noel back in. Zach Morley called for that last foul. He'll head to the Wisconsin bench. He's picked up number 3, and May is back at the free throw line. The assist, Marvin Williams.
You know, I know Roy Williams is frugal, not penurious, because I like him.
Ooh, I like that word.
The direction I'm going is coaches save things. He saved the pressure to the second half when it counts, stepped it up, some traps, some full court extensions. Nice hands by May.
Another steal. Here's Felton, McCants back to Felton, 2 more.
Wow, all because of solid positioning on the defensive end, and May with the hands.
Andreas Helbig is on the floor now for Wisconsin. 14 unanswered for North Carolina. They had been outscored 11-zip going to the break. It was tied at 44. Wisconsin added 5 to that amount. Here's Orlando Tucker. Helmig.
That's not his game. He's a post-up guy and a rebounder. That's good defense when you force somebody to shoot it. It really isn't comfortable.
Felton. No. And he fell down.
Did he get hurt?
Yes, he did. Felton holding his foot. Oh, my goodness. Play continues at the other end. Now timeout.
He's taking his shoe off. He's just tight. He doesn't want to come out. Roy's going to think he's going to take him out. Probably a good move. Let the trainer, Mark Davis, take a look at Melvin Scott in for him. And he's passed the ball well, Melvin Scott. And after the jump shot, Vernon, you see this frequently. Guys come down in a funny fashion. Right there, as he backtracked after the shot.
So Raymond Felton getting immediate attention from Mark Davis on the Carolina bench. Left foot.
That happened to Jarrett Jack in the ACC Championship. A jump shot was hit, hurt his ankle as well.
Here's May with a jumper.
Why not, huh?
Chambliss rebound.
He's done everything else. He can take some liberties.
Helmig on for Morley. Wilkinson, the other big. Here's Cameron Taylor. Had a really effective first half and adds a nice drive in this one.
I mean, blow by and the interior defense negligent. Didn't have vision.
Cameron Taylor with 11. 5-point game. Turnaround short again. To
Nice
May.
pass.
Dish. Jawad Williams.
The quarterback. Why not? Doing it all. May with the softness, the understanding, and the delivery.
Now, we have made him a tight end, a running back, and now a quarterback.
What the heck? He may own a football team by the time he's finished playing.
I think you're right.
Just such a presence, though, Vern.
Entry pass, Helmig, double team McCants, leaves Chambliss open. He makes him pay.
Now, why would you double team?
I can't believe that.
You got to stay away. Let the big guy control him. He's not a great offensive weapon.
And McCants dropped down to double team Helmig.
Yeah, that's falling asleep, I think, Vern. Look at this pass. A bouncer, too. Showing it all.
62-56, 12:28 to go. Taylor needs help, finds Tucker. Pretty good help. There's the jump stop, the adjustment in the air.
How did he make that? Vern going left and still able to get it in the box.
Orlando Tucker, 18 on 7 of 12 from the field. McCants.
Power, just power. Tough matchup for Chambliss. You can see the physical presence, the big, strong upper body.
McCants has 17 to complement the contribution of Sean May. Clayton Hansen is getting ready to come back. So is Ryan Butch.
I don't think Clayton will see the zone. Nice play. Helmig with the great look, huh?
How about the passing of Sean May?
It's a feel that guys have. They develop maybe some instincts for a solid performance thus far.
Back in Syracuse, both teams shooting above 50%. 12 fast break points for North Carolina. Bill, they've also have not turned it over in this half.
They've been solid with the basketball, getting the ball to spots where May can dominate. And their interior passing, which is a tough area with traffic, has been exquisite.
Orlando Tucker, the outstanding sophomore at the line. Loquacious young man, really fun to chat with him. In and out, Brian Butch, number 32. And the rebound from Mike Wilkinson.
And they banged him under the rim, and Butch all pumped up. Wilkinson with the cleanup.
Brian Butch, highly touted recruit out of Appleton, Wisconsin. He redshirted last year at the suggestion of Mike Wilkinson. Has been bothered by mononucleosis. Missed 6 games with mono. He's on the floor right now.
And he's got an outside shot, too, Vern. He can bite you with the 3.
There's the jump up, and Felton gets it.
Using the screen, and they changed the D. You got to ring the bell to make a change at the other end.
Cameron Taylor, Clayton Hansen back on the floor. Here's Butch. Looks in the post for Orlando Tucker.
And Butch has got to move and give him a passing lane.
Williams goes for the double on the dribble, and the shot is just off. Here comes Felton back on the floor.
This is where he's tough. Early offense.
Jawad Williams. Raymond Felton apparently not bothered by that foot. He went down about 2 minutes ago. There's the air ball, and Brian Butch, Wisconsin. Cameron Taylor. He's got Tucker right side.
Nice look cross court. They spread you, and Hansen gets the open look. Nylon, that's just son. They run to the line. It's almost like it's a violation if they go over the 3-point line, Bird. And they get you to the rim and then distribute.
That's got the Badger crowd back in it. Hansen 4 of 6 on threes. We near the midway point of the second half. North Carolina, Wisconsin. Winner joins Illinois and Louisville in St. Louis. Offensive foul, Clayton Hansen.
Well, that's his game.
Took the charge.
Moves the feet, not afraid to take the hit. And on the other end, he relishes the opportunity. When it's his own, he gets into the gap. From here to baseline drive. Orlando Tucker gets the attention. Little nylon by Hansen. And this is just extraordinary distribution. They stretch you, bend you, and they make you pay for it.
Clayton Hansen, who's gotten the scholarship this his final season, double major in real estate and finance. He's a 3.6 grade point average student, serving as an intern in addition to playing basketball this semester. On the floor, here's Felton.
Nice run.
Beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. Get the puppies going. Oh, he is really under total control. And when Felton makes plays like that, this is a special Carolina team. Nice defense here.
Watch this little pass from Raymond Felton.
Well, great guards keep their head up, and you can just see decimating the interior D. The power broker gets to the 10.
Wisconsin will inbound. 6 assists for Raymond Felton in this ball game. And here's Wilkinson to Hansen.
A little trap on the half court. They do this at 1-3-1. They do not want to give the foul in that situation.
McCants picks it up, his second. That is only the 4th team foul of this half. Wisconsin only 2 so far.
That's more like their game. They don't like to put you on the free throw line. They're not mistake-ridden. Look how high they force entries. And a tough matchup for Manuel, I think, with Tucker.
May on Butch. That leaves Marvin Williams on Wilkinson. Clayton Hansen finds Wilkinson.
Hi, everyone. I'm meteorologist Laura Huckabee. Severe weather continues to move through the metro area. Heavy rain right now in the city under a tornado watch until tonight at 6 o'clock. And a severe thunderstorm warning continues for Cherokee and Pickens County until 4:30. Stay with us.
Rebound, McCants.
Felton's got to get others involved, and he's done a good job. This is a quick jack, too, I think.
Good job of boxing out.
Nobody went for the ball.
No, watch out. Here's McCants with a spot-up look, in and out. Manuel with the tip.
Tucker could not get in front of him, and Jackie made him pay.
.8:10 to go. Offensive boards, 11 now for North Carolina. Wilkinson guarded by
Marvin Williams. Every pass is a test with Carolina. Up in the lane. Under 8 to go. Nice cross. Whoops. Cameron Taylor lost control. Well, you need some offensive rebound if you're going to contribute to your club. Ultimate win. Emmanuel gets the inside spot. Nice counter.
Back in Syracuse, Clayton Hansen. This can be a game that requires real toughness. Watch what happened to him just a moment ago.
And Vern, this is reminiscent of last night's West Virginia-Louisville game. 2 players ran into one another. He ran into the floor. Are there some Valentines out there? He's spitting it out. They've got Gauze, the home of Carmen Basilio, by the way. Syracuse, New York. We need a cornerman. We need a fight doctor. That is just terrific. Giving it all out.
And Hansen's play has helped cut this lead to 3, 7:45 to go. Now Felton on the floor with Sean May, Marvin Williams. There's May. McCants is back out, so also is David Noel.
A nice help by Tucker. Look at the front by Wilkinson.
Reverse the ball. Now Marvin Williams comes out. 14 on the shot clock.
This is where he's tough. Nice play.
Spin move. Beautiful. What a nice arch on the ball.
You know, to me, he is the guy that has to play well for Carolina. I mean, he runs the show, runs the break, sets up the defense, and when he can get in the lane, it is, come on, just let it go.
I take it.
Nickel dimer.
I take it you didn't agree with the call.
Well, I mean, he was going to be away. There was no harm, no foul kind of a situation. But they have done a solid job, I must say.
They had only the 16th foul on North Carolina, so at the line next time. And Wisconsin with only 2 team fouls in this ballgame.
And look at the denial. Each pass, a struggle. Not that, huh? Give it to him. Creative with the bounce.
Orlando Tucker, 2 more. 3-point game. Tucker, 21 points in the ballgame. Here's Marvin Williams.
And that was a little quick because May was setting up Wilkinson. He could have went high-low with the dump down.
And Wilkinson manages to get the rebound. David Noel picks up the foul. Tonight on 60 Minutes, it may be the most grueling race in America and the only one where a woman can beat the top men. Find out how on 60 Minutes tonight. 6:41 to go, regional final. Noel heads to the bench with his 3rd. Orlando Tucker, 5 of 7. And he's shooting 1-1.
And Vern May just switched sides and went on Wilkinson's side. They got an offensive rebound by shoving the Carolina guys under the rim a couple of minutes ago.
One more. One-point game. 6:41 to go. North Carolina and Wisconsin meeting for the first time ever. Wisconsin trying to join Illinois in the Final Four. North Carolina trying to get back for the first time since 2000 when they were joined by Michigan State, Wisconsin, and Florida. Here's Felton. Oh, brother. But the dish not there. May couldn't handle it. It's on the floor. Hell ball, possession arrow. Wisconsin.
I tell you, Wisconsin does a lot of wrinkles on the defensive end. They showed, they created a switch, and then they got the hands in front of May. Solid defensive trip.
O'Ryan wants to chat with his team. 30-second timeout. Illinois and Louisville have earned their spots in St. Louis. Wisconsin, North Carolina, winner of this one will join them, and Michigan State, Kentucky. By the way, it's been 20 years since there were 3 teams from one conference in the Final Four. The 20 in 1985 were Villanova, Georgetown, St. John's. So you had Rollie Massimino, John Thompson, and Louis Carnesecca.
Well, they ran out of tomato sauce, and knowing the other 2, John probably would have had to pick up the check anyhow.
Nearing the 6-minute mark, Wisconsin with a chance to reclaim the lead. Here's Wilkinson. Orlando Tucker, brilliant to that.
Now look at everybody on the 3-point line. See, now you can't counter. I mean, that's just great basketball. You go to help, snip around the low box. They make you pay for it.
Wilkinson with a great look, but couldn't get it to drop. 5:45 to go. High pick set by Jawad Williams.
Sean May's got to keep active, do a little screening to get Wilkinson off it, to shed him.
Jawad Williams for three.
Just can't make him, and I think you're right. Being a little injured, not as smooth a stroke.
Morley chased down the rebound, and here is Wisconsin with another chance for the lead. Tucker. Pull-up jumper.
Nice check out by May.
May with a rebound. That's his 10th. He's got another double-double.
Felton. And looks great job by Tucker. He missed it the other end, but you got to come back and guard if you play for Bo Ryan. And Felton maybe a little too deep with that decision.
Under 5 remaining. Regulation.
So they have found keeping Wilkinson out here. He's an outlet. And getting a little better entry position.
Tucker was cutting when Wilkinson threw it.
Well, they're so used to the guy staying at the three-point line. Tucker taking a dive to the 10. One of the few mistakes by Wilkinson. Here, watch, everybody steps back. Cha-cha-cha. I know you did that in your younger day. Get those puppies set. Tito Puente, bada bing, and knock it down. But unfortunately for them, Wilkinson off the mark.
I was more of a two-step guy.
Well,
yeah, don't go there.
I'd love to see your walls.
72-71, 4:27 to go. North Carolina, no points last 3 minutes.
Got to give him room to turn.
Hansen comes to help. There he comes again with a little reach.
Pretty.
Off the glass bay.
How about he set him up with the dribble? Now he's got him square on his body. And good post offensive players love to feel you on the derriere and then make the move. Little kiss delivery.
Cameron Taylor. May goes for the steal. Wilkinson back outside to Taylor. Pulls up with the jumper. Morley saves the loose ball. Here's Wilkinson again. Short. Yeah, he got it.
I thought it was not going to make the rim, but once Morley that time, once again, they get it into the lane. If you don't get out, they convert.
Mike Wilkinson, 11 points on 5 of 10. Felton keeps it outside. 3:30 to go. Pull-up jumper. And the ball comes down in the hands of Cameron Taylor. And yet again, here comes this tenacious Wisconsin team.
Scrappy, feisty. Both clubs with a lot of Valentines.
Cameron Taylor, quick move. Wilkinson, Clayton Hansen. They work the perimeter. Now they've got Taylor in the low post.
And look at opposite how everybody's behind the line if you don't get the shot. They settle.
Felton.
Timeout for Roy. Wants the shot. He calls and decides.
North Carolina, Wisconsin. 2:55 to go. North Carolina leads by 1 with 2:55 to go. 2 timeouts for the Badgers, 2 team fouls as well. So North Carolina, unless they're shooting, will not go to the line for a while. Mike Wilkinson, 23-year-old senior, Blue Mounds, Wisconsin. Quite a battle he's had with Marvin Williams and Sean May today. This heavily favored North Carolina team had an 11-point lead 3 minutes to go before the half. Wisconsin scored 11 in a row to tie it up. First 5 of this half, and we've been back and forth ever since.
And Wisconsin with those 2 fouls, Ron, it could be a help or a hindrance. They go deep inside. What a great, courageous look from the top by the conductor. And that's Felton.
Foul call. 1 point, North Carolina lead. Member of the band, Alexis Shruba. She is a double major at Wisconsin, majoring in political science and Eastern European and Russian studies. Wants to go to pre-law. That will be after she marries Mike Wilkinson on May 28th in the Lutheran Church in downtown Madison, Wisconsin. Their hopes are to buy a home on the suburbs of the outskirts of Waukesha, Wisconsin. Mike will have his dairy farm. She'll practice law in downtown Waukesha.
It's a great story. And I guess his roommate was in the band with her. And Mike, when she visited, having a great eye for talent, stole her bicycle and hit it.
Let's check the CBS Sports Line stat of the game. Front court forces. That's how we begin our conversation today. Get complete game stats at CBSSportsline.com.
How about this? I mean, a youngster like that, just stepping up coolly, delivering the punch.
3-point North Carolina lead. 2:33 to go.
They love to get it on the box, beat you one-on-one with a dribble, or kick it out. And look at this flare screen. What a reaction by McCants. Superb effort. Is that scouting and preparation? They were ready for the flare screen for the jump shooting Hansen.
2:15 to go. North Carolina, Wisconsin. One will join Illinois and Louisville in the Final Four in St. Louis. Michigan State, Kentucky battle for the other. Roy Williams is down. Couldn't look for about 3 seconds as he rests on one knee. May, foul called on Wilkinson.
They knew what they want. They got two talented performers on the one side, McCants and May. You're not going to double up McCants, but how about this? Going underneath and attacking. Oh, my, with vigor. Aggressive play by McCants.
Sean May at the line. One more.
76% free throw shooter.
Because of the limited number of fouls.
That's a major issue. Remember, he could help you or hinder coming down the stretch.
Well, they haven't been at the line much today. 7 of 9. This will be the 10th free throw attempt in the ball game. That's using it all.
Softly.
.150 to go. 5-point Carolina lead. Clean block underneath, out of bounds. Touch last by North Carolina.
Did you see all the white shirts? They clear the side, and this is paying attention to detail. Everybody meets at the summit. Big and little. Major defensive maneuver.
Leighton Hansen inbounds to Orlando Tucker. 1:45 to go.
Nice alley-oop. Yes! Wow! Bo Ryan. A counter with the back screen from Wilkinson. That's in their playbook. What a timely deuce.
90 seconds remaining, 3-point game. .20 on the shot clock.
And Roy wants to get into it. Well, you have a chance for a little bit of a counter or an offensive rebound. Down to 10.
Now May looks for position. Here's McCants with a jumper. Beauty.
The down screen, and McCants has stepped up magnificently. The shot block, able to defend at the rim on the last trip, and now the counter.
Cameron Taylor!
Oh, was that a step up? Woo.
Tip for tat.
They won't
55 seconds to go.
Vern, you got to have some options, and I just thought this was a beautiful play. Wilkinson gives the back screen. How about the angle of the pass to the corner of the backboard? Tucker goes up, and this is a down screen. Excellent job. Williams provides the lift to McCants with the counter, and then all of a sudden, Cameron Taylor, you've seen him get to the rim, be able to shoot deep, and then the timeout.
Well, we have found a game to equal the drama of yesterday's back-to-back encounters. 81-78, 55.3 to go. Wisconsin, 1 timeout left. North Carolina with 3. And still only 4 Wisconsin team fouls, so they've got a couple to give.
And they're going to give it right away. Stretch the game out. I'm not so sure Bo wanted it. He was looking for a jump ball over there. They've got to give the fouls early. That's what they're trying to do, I think, just in case.
Yes. 53.8. That was called on Orlando Tucker. And another.
They just add them up. Smart, though. So if you want to stretch the game, you may end up having to foul them, and hopefully you can get a split or, the best of all, maybe a double miss.
That's the 16th foul now against Wisconsin. And Jackie Manuel comes over to the sideline. He'll inbound.
Yeah, to play straight up.
In the hands of a pretty good source, Raymond Felton.
Are they going to call it on Felton? No, just tell him to watch it. I guess he took a shot.
Dallas, look at the leadership of Sean May.
This kid, there's something special about him, Vern. We talked about his decorum with the officials. He wants to make sure his teammates don't get in any trouble. That's pretty good self-control, though, by Felton. I mean, that's sort of a reaction. But you're absolutely right. A lot of character, wants to protect his partners.
Felton goes to the free throw line. His first trip there today for the season, 69%.
And Cameron Taylor went over to Felton and just acknowledged one more, which is good.
One more. Illinois, Louisville have already earned their spots in St. Louis, and hard-earned they were. And coming next, Michigan State, Kentucky to complete the Final Four for 2005.
What a memorable couple of days.
2 for Felton.
And they get into denial full court.
Here's Wilkinson, finds Clayton Hansen. 50 seconds to go. 5-point Tar Heel lead.
You're thinking 2. Oh, my goodness. That can cost you. Now you're really in trouble. You got to run your offense. Now you're going to use the clock. You don't need anything for Carolina.
And Felton is fouled.
Boy, that 3-point play. Guys think you got to get it all back in a hurry. It's like a get-rich scheme. You know what I mean? A house of cards.
Today's Chevrolet players of the game: Orlando Tucker, 25 points, 9 of 16 from the field. Sean May, another double-double. That's his 17th of the season, 32nd of his career, 29 and 11.
He's one of those guys you usually say about another player. He does the little things besides the productivity in numbers.
One more.
Big step up when you get to this free throw line. May just acknowledges, and reality sort of creeping in. Score quick. Get your defense out of here, Wisconsin. And Roy wants to control it, wants a full. And he's got 2 more left, too. So a room for discussion.
Excellence at the free throw line by Raymond Felton. He hits 4 in succession and expands the lead, 85-78. Roy Williams, 15 years at Kansas, 2 years at his alma mater, North Carolina. He was, of course, an assistant to Dean Smith for 10 years before accepting the job at the University of Kansas.
And everything back in order in Carolina. You know, Bill Guthridge did a great job. Of course, Dean, they've got to be dying, both of them. Nerves, don't want to come up here, and yet the comfort zone of knowing they've got one of their own back there. The tradition lives. Of course, it's not over, but it lives.
Michigan State against Kentucky from Austin with a tip time of 5:05. Winner of that one goes to the Final Four in St. Louis. This has been a wonderful season for these Badgers of Wisconsin. 25 wins equals the historic high. They had 25 a year ago. Bo Ryan has gotten them back-to-back 25-win seasons. And for North Carolina, trying to get back into the Final Four, first time since 2000.
Well, if you're thinking Wisconsin now, I still say deuce quick, give one, stretch the game out. Don't necessarily stay with 3, but they're the great communicator, huh? Just totally involved with his guys, and that doesn't just, you don't do that overnight. That's a gradual process where they have confidence in you. They know you have their best interests at heart. Scott May and his wife have to be awfully proud.
Here's Cameron Taylor. He's picked up by Jackie Manuel. There's a switch, Marvin Williams, and Marvin Williams draws the foul.
And that's one of those where you don't want to foul at all. Just get to the sideline. You'll get some support.
That puts the sophomore 6'2", 175-pounder from Minneapolis on the line.
And they got to have their defense set now. There aren't choices here as who to foul either, Vern. You just got to first guy, maybe a quick trap. You'd love a 5-second call. That would be of the utmost.
Made them both. He's 4 for 4, and it's a 5-point game. And foul is called on Orlando Tucker.
Quick giveaway, smart basketball.
That's 4 on Tucker. 27.5 remaining.
Joe Holiday chatting with Roy. I mean, it is tough to get to the NCAA finals. Man, there's no question about it. This week, I felt he was comfortable. He was comfortable with his team. He knew what they could do.
And if he gets this team there, it will be his 5th trip to the Final Four. First time in North Carolina, of course. He was there with Kansas, 91, 93, maybe his best teams, 2002 and 2003.
Unbelievable. 3 times the last 4 years, he's been busy at tournament time at the finals.
Cameron Taylor, he'll take it all the way.
Smart play by Manuel, the quick timeout.
That is the final timeout for Wisconsin. It comes with 21.7 remaining in this ball game. So a 5-point game. Bo Ryan, who came out of Chester, Pennsylvania, and is an assistant at, he was an assistant at Wisconsin for a number of years, took the job at Division III Platteville. He won 4 Division III championships.
Unbelievable.
Remarkable.
And I coached against him.
Well, that I was going to
tell you something.
I was going to bring you up. You were where?
Fairleigh Dickinson, Madison. We played Wilkes College, and we all laugh about it because we went in to get dressed. We came out. Everybody had left the gym up at Wilkes. They had a great wrestling program. I thought they were there to see me in my new suit, my intricate offense. But Ron Rainey was his coach. His dad, a great impact on his life. Butch, youth coach, a friend of Mike, backcourt partner Tony Abbott, played in those youth programs in Chester. And of course, the influence was him on his coaching career. Bringing him to the Plester, see those Big 5 games, turned him on.
Ball inbounded, McCants. And Wilkinson tracks him down. Causes the foul, 17.9 to go.
Tough to catch, huh?
Yes.
Blowing by.
2 shots. That's the 10th team foul.
You know what Wisconsin proves, though, Vern? That you can't give up on your team. I mean, they struggled in December. And Pepperdine handed them easily. They just progressed, got a lot of confidence, rotated the backcourt. There's Devin Harris moving on to the NBA. Wade, they decided early it wouldn't be in the best interest, so they gave time to Chambliss. And, of course, Cameron Taylor, another guy. And they've grown as a team. And you got Tucker in the middle, along with Wilkinson. What a solid job.
McCants 1 of 2. 6-point game, 15 seconds to go.
Oh, emphatic. Why not? The center.
Sean May and Marvin Williams.
The center of influence. Get some rest, Sean May.
Carolina by 6. They're bound for St. Louis. 2 number 1 seeds have made it to the Final Four. And a fine season comes to an end for the Badgers of Wisconsin. North Carolina is going to St. Louis. They join Illinois and Louisville. For Bill Raftery, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from Syracuse. Next, we'll take you to Greg Gumbel on the road to the Final Four. This, a presentation of CBS Sports.
On the heels of a North Carolina victory in Syracuse, welcome back to our studios here in New York. The road to the Final Four continues. Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis. 88-82, Tar Heels a winner over Wisconsin. We remind you, coming up next, from Austin, Texas, Michigan State will meet Kentucky. 1 final slot to fill on the road to St. Louis. And this is going to be a pretty good basketball game.
Well, these teams mirror each other. One of the keys for Michigan State is Allen Anderson, the senior. He's a do-it-all player in a tough matchup because when he plays power forward, he can take big guys away from the goal as well as drive inside in the paint.
And obviously, Chuck Hayes will once again be the leader, the emotional leader, the spiritual, psychological leader, and the statistical leader for Kentucky. He really embodies this team, what they've been about all season. This is a big stage, and I think that they will need a big effort from him to win the game.
And the winner of that game will meet the North Carolina Tar Heels, who were awfully impressive, you have to say, in staving off a really game Wisconsin team.
They did a terrific job in getting a little bit of a cushion late and being able to knock down free throws, but they controlled the inside action in part because of Sean May's dominance.
88-82 was the final. The Tar Heels a winner. Standing by up in Syracuse with the victorious Tar Heels, Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery. Vern, take it away.
All right, Greg, I've got Roy Williams here. You mentioned yesterday in your conversation with Greg, you got emotional at the mention of your alma mater in the Final Four. still emotional now?
Well, it is. You know, and it's more emotional for these kids, so there's no question about that. The three seniors, what they went through in their entire career, Sean, Rashad, Raymond, the junior class, it's emotional, no question.
Wisconsin really did give it all they had today.
Well, you know, late in the first half, they kicked our tails for a long time. We tried to buy some time so Raymond didn't get his third foul, and they kicked us pretty hard.
What was the key for you in the second half, Roy?
Getting the ball inside was important to us. Raymond and Rashad made some big shots, and then we made the free throws, but getting the ball inside is big.
Billy, you're with Sean.
Vern, Roy, congratulations. Smart coach. He said, get it to the big fella. What does this mean to you and your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, when Rashad and Raymond and I sat down before we came to North Carolina, we talked about getting to a Final Four and trying to win a national championship and help this team, help this program come back up. And we've done that part. You know, Coach came in. It was a struggle the first year, and we bought into what he said and did the things he asked for us to do, and we've been successful. You know, we're 31-4, and it's an unbelievable feeling right now.
How have you developed these leadership qualities?
Just from Coach, you know, listen to what he asks. It's easy. All big guys flourish in the system. If you get in shape, you run, and you do what he asks, you're going to be successful. And tonight, you know, Coach Holliday told me we're going to have to ride your back because we weren't really getting in a flow offensively. Wisconsin did a great job, and I'm just happy for our seniors to have another chance to wear this uniform.
Congratulations that you did get in shape, Vern.
All right, Bill, that was a senior team. The seniors, 8-20 as freshmen. They're going to St. Louis now. We go back to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Vern and Raph, thank you. And the things that we talked about prior to this game, you heard Roy Williams echo that. It was important to get it inside to ride the big fella to victory. That's what they did.
Well, they'll have the best big man in St. Louis, and it's always fascinating to watch a class progress through the years. These three guys, Rashad McCants, Raymond Felton, and Sean May, they have been the core of this program for the last couple of years, and it was those three guys that took them to the Final Four.
Exactly, and when you've got a guy like Sean May who can keep so much pressure on the defense because of his ability to score inside, it makes it a little easier on the outside. But give Wisconsin credit. When you can shoot the three-point shot and execute your offense to get good three-point shots, you're always in a game. They competed, they battled. North Carolina made a few more plays down the stretch, and they also had Sean May inside.
Now, they will play the winner of the next game coming up in Austin. As we look ahead to that, let's take a look now.